What? What? Excuse me? Pardon me? What happened? Oh, the beauties of the internet. I have no shortages of impossible technical issues. And here's one for the really clever IT people out there. I have a router, right? It is connected to my internet cable, right? And I only lost internet on my PC that is directly with a cable connected through a LAN cable connected to the router, but not on any of the other devices that are connected with Wi-Fi. And they say always use a cabled connection because that is more stable. Well, apparently not here. In my realm everything is backwards, which kind of makes sense. Thank you for the first and the daily check-in. So I'm just using all the opportunities. But hey, I understand. Well, let's use all the opportunities. No, ow. Just because the stream is started and you can redeem the first again doesn't mean it's a new day and I should get a new break. Thank you very much. Ouch. Now let's use our luck here at least. Kick it! Ha! Shotgun ammo, my favorite. I'm curious if I will ever get, like, I don't know, fuel or magnum ammo. Oh, shotgun ammo, Well, let's see. Do we get 3 in a row? I don't know. It's a new day somewhere in the world. I like that idea. I always say good evening, and some people don't really understand why I say that, and so I sometimes follow up. Well, it's evening somewhere. It's always evening somewhere. And apparently I missed this trash can, which I would say is impossible, but let's reach in. Maybe it will blow up. Or give us an apple core, that's also possible. So, let's see our current state. Not great, not terrible. So, let's see this part of the park. We know the front, the entrance area, we are pretty much done with that. At least that's my hunch for now. Here we have... Okay, that creature is not back. Here we have... That was 8. And it was mentioned that this hoots more than the one in front of the manor. Now, with the manor it was important that you had to knock on the door the number of times as the bird made a sound, and I think it was 4. Now here it's 8, so maybe this is just differently set or malfunctioning. I'm not sure, but we have this. A brass scale with an octopus. The dial measures in ounces, but the needle won't stay still, which is odd. Maybe it's a magnetic octopus. There's a metal octopus sitting in the tray, and down here there's a keypad. I'm not sure what that means just yet, but that's one mystery we have to figure out. So this is probably a secret. But that would be the weight of an octopus. Wait. I have an idea. It's a crazy idea, but I have an idea. You might remember when I was doing the puzzle for the shotgun, I had to shoot these lovely creatures, right? Don't worry, they are plastic. Now, when I had to do that, one of them was an octopus. And if you shoot the octopus, that was the turtle. So when you shoot the octopus, you get 2 points. And those points were important because here it explains how you can get points. Actually, the turtle resets it, so that's why it stayed 0. And we had to gather 21 points for this cabinet to open, and so we got the shotgun. But that's not what I'm excited about. But it's a television, right? And it plays a little documentary, let's say, about the animals. More specifically, the animal you just shot. It's some information about an octopus. This great Pacific octopus weighs exactly 1,825 ounces. And I remember that it mentioned something about weight, and now that I listened to it again, it was weird that for only this one creature, it wasn't in kilograms or something like that, but in ounces. Apparently, for a reason. Our brave marine biologist weighed him only this morning. Great Pacific octopi have an arm span of up to 14 feet. Watch out! And they typically live around 4 years in the wild. Not very long, is it? So our octopus code is 1825 ounces. Oh, you're back. You scared your own stream, lol. Yes, yes. Unfortunately, I'm still having some troubles with internet issues, but hey, at least when I'm online, it's stable, at least when it comes to the frame rate. I'm not necessarily sure what happened, but odd things are happening around me, so it's not like a big surprise. Let's call it a Halloween scare. And what else would scare a streamer more than internet issues? So, I think we figured out this puzzle, and maybe this will be yet another secret. I'm unsure about it because it's not an obvious kind of puzzle. It's rather, I wouldn't say hidden because you see the keypad. But here, if you look at it, the storeroom has no markings for a puzzle or anything like that. No markings for a question mark, like with the soda machine. But I have to go now. Bye bye. Well, thank you for joining me today, Zev. Thank you for the breaks, and have a wonderful time at the Halloween party. Try not to scare too many people with your demonic look. And also be careful with the horns. You might accidentally prick someone, and that's always ever so difficult to explain to them. And down here, there's a keypad. And we enter 1, 8, 2, and 5. Not 2, 8. What's inside? What's that? Magnum ammo! It's a box of Magnum ammo! Obtain Magnum ammo! Yay! Isn't that lovely? Yes. But I would only prick people taller than me, that's alright. Well, that actually kind of makes sense, yes. I mean, that would be like a built-in ZEV defense. Maybe you should start wearing those horns. I'm sure you would enjoy pricking all the tall creatures. So, let me see, not this one, this one. Indeed, we finally got the Magnum rounds. Bullets for the Magnum revolver. Now, I will not load them because then I'm pretty sure they would just disappear. Because I only have 3 and I think this is a 6-shooter, so I would need more bullets than this. Magnum rounds, bullets for a Magnum revolver. They're big. Yes, they are. So, let's see what else do we have. Okay, this needs the gold one. Can't do anything about that. This is something to do with gas. Not sure. Not sure what I can do about that, but hey, we'll figure out. Oh! No, 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 no. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. Now we are doing it. Now we are doing it. Okay. Still have no clue what this thing is about. Fragile. Fragile, you say? Does that mean if I shoot at it, it will break? No, it's not that fragile. It's just mostly like, don't drop it, but you can shoot it fragile. Maybe it's not the box that is fragile, but whatever is inside of it, which kind of would make sense. Anything I can do for you? Well, if you could figure out that pesky puzzle in the dungeon? Not right now, thanks though. Alright, you know where to find me. Yeah, I know. Well, we had the little diagram, as the game calls it, about the battery and how to charge it. So let's look around for maybe that. Southeast. A bicycle. Dreadist, I know something that would make you dread boxes. Ooh, what would that be? So here's the thing. I understand that the bicycle is kind of a way to signal that the police officer is here. But why in the good heavens did this idiot bring his bicycle down here on an elevator? What was the idea? Maybe he needs to flee and he would just jump on his pink bicycle. Okay, it's not his, I think it's his sister's. And then ride up the elevator? Goodness, this man. Okay, let's try this. It's a magic cart ride. I hope. Oh, this is new. Every box you open up, regardless of what kind of box, it allows empty. Every tea box full till you open it. Every package that's a box against full till you open it. Well, yes, as long as you don't really know what's in them. Well, we have at least... Whoop! something to blow up. Okay. No, come on. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck there. Come on. Come on. You're better than that. I don't have the bullets for this dancy. Whoop. Okay. Ow! I was kind of hoping that was enough. But apparently the shotgun had to jump in to the rescue. How much health do I have? Injured. Okay, let's hope this is not an explosive. It isn't. Lovely. Southeast. I'm curious where that will go. Why is there one here, huh? Would it fall on others as well, or only on me? I'm curious, because there's a creature there. So let's try to go around the chandelier. This is a properly bad idea. Of course, you don't go underneath the chandelier, because that would be too easy. Oh, come on. Okay, fair enough, I messed that up. I will try it, nonetheless. Just have to reload. Oh. Oh, we have a map of sorts for the underground area as well. Yep, I think it's time to heal. Ow, you're quick. Okay, so the idea is I shoot the chandelier when the creature is underneath the chandelier. Given if the creature will be ever so nice and actually get underneath the freaking chandelier. Hey! Hey there! Hey! Would you be ever so nice and stop disregarding me? It's really, really rude. Hey! Finally. Maybe it caught the scent. Now imagine never drinking tea again. No. I'm not imagining such terrible, terrible fates. Why would I do that? Hey! Finally. It gets even worse. When other people open the same box you open up, it's full of tea. Or whatever was in the box. Well, then I just ask someone else to open the tea box. Or maybe I just keep it open. Come on! Get the heck out of the freaking elevator. Hey! Okay, I'm just gonna shoot you in the butt for that. But now he's interested all of a freaking sudden. Oh, don't you dare do that with me. Of course, now you were all freaking quick. Wait, you had boobs? Wait a moment. Nice boobs. But you still deserve the chandelier. Alright. It's a grenade. Large pipe. A hatch that I still don't know what it is. Route Monday. And now we can go up here. Southeast. Now this will be interesting because I think this leads to a part of the park that I didn't have access to. Oh wait, no, I did. So how did I miss this one? That's curious. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. Oh, in that case, I had access to all 4 of them, and I just somehow overlooked that fact. Now, let's look around here then. The machine, the coffee machine is still not working. That's still a trap, or rather it is a trap. This is the gold machine, but we don't have anything to do with that right now. Yes, this was for the shotgun. A letter. Memo for the piano, but I already know that. I didn't check this earlier, no way. But thank you. That was a really good find. And this is the main entrance to this area, and it leads to the haunted hilltop, I do believe. Yes. The bookcases, yes, they are dangerous. I learned that already, thank you ever so much. Nothing. As expected. The crank handle, yes, I know that one. The bird. The bell. Oh, yes, we had to pull the bell. Or ring the bell that many times. It wasn't knocking on the door, my apologies, I misremembered that. Why is the globe on fire? I don't understand. Did somebody do... Wait, do we have a fire extinguisher here? I mean, we have fire extinguishers all over the place, so I'm sure there is one here as well. No freaking way there is a fire extinguisher in every room except this one. I mean, it wouldn't exactly fit the aesthetics, but then again, I don't think the phone is doing that either. Inconsequential by Anonymous. Well, I'm pulling it. Nothing happened. Exactly. That's the point. Pulling up the pin, now it is here. Yeah, tall wooden crates can be broken, I know. But I was thinking maybe I could use a fire extinguisher on this, but apparently no. Maybe here I can find one. I'm not sure if I can pick it up and bring it all the way over here. You see, you have fire extinguishers everywhere, except where you actually need them. Watch out for small explosive laying on the ground. They are rigged to blow up when touched. Keep an eye. Some of them look fairly similar to other items you might want to pick up. Oh, so we did learn about this. Good to know. I'm still missing one of these tips, however, ever so annoyingly. Watch out for gas traps. Yes, I also know that. At least this grabby guy didn't return. No fire extinguishers anywhere? Really? Of course this place will burn down. But if I have to do anything with it. Now my problem with this puzzle, I know that the fairy's head contains the golden key. However, I don't know how to really go about this puzzle, because I think the idea is... Oh god. I don't. Well, it's dead. I suppose that's all there is to say. What if I shoot you? Nothing happens. Good. Had to make sure it's really dead. So... The problem, you see... This is a tank. I can open it and it's full of water. So I could put the acid into it and that could possibly get me to the key. The other thing I can do, I'm guessing, is setting it on fire, because that note about how to require the key is to use the acid or use fire. But I want to use the acid and I cannot get to the acid. Is the fairy. Hello, thank you for helping me before. I'd never have found a bronze key without you. And now you have the gold one. And I'm really quite stuck. Now, I mean, let's try something. I cannot put fuel into it, so that's just not a possibility. I got some things figured out, but I'm still rather stuck. This leads to the lounge. I did everything there. I looked through all the notes that I found. The ferry leads to the fairy pond or lake. And here we can go to the kind of background area, maintenance and such, and we have this lovely number painted everywhere, a lovely explosive. We have the arcade that I think I really finished everything there. We have the lounge, and then we have Tollman. You know, I came back to talk to him, maybe he would say something, but apparently he's like, nope, he's gone. It's Tollman's chair. Well, it's Tollman's chair. And now I can sit down on it! Can I turn around like he did? Nah. Would have been cool. That was fun. Yeah, that was kind of fun, yeah. Big metal tank, a piece of Tuesday isolated for examination. So this is one of the routes. I already pulled the lever. I already have the access to these. It's a keyboard. I already did this puzzle, watched the tapes, saw the dates, a notebook, radio, what's that? Bottle of antidote, can't do much about that. Radio. Why is the antenna on it cut off? Okay, what if I sit down on it so I can watch the TV? It's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. You know, this is pure cinema. Now you know what the elderly was watching in this train. Well, that was indeed fun. So can I play maybe something else on this? That could lead us to a secret of some sort. Because here you see you had the tapes with the letters hidden in the video, and the tapes were titled after places and dates, and you could have already figured out to put them in a certain order, but they even set up the calendars here, so that's why I'm ever so surprised that I just cannot seem to figure out the dungeon puzzle when almost every puzzle in the game is presented with a number of hints and clues all over the place, and that one is quite the exception. Yes, this is about the mine inspection. I'm sure I already checked this, but apparently you can check them after a while. It's a magazine. Collection of video game tips, I know that. I already opened this. I think I pretty much done everything here. Nothing. Alright, fair enough. What could I possibly do? Well, I either start checking the route. I could do that. No, I don't know where, but in one of the letters it was explained that all the routes were dug up and examined except for one. I'm really not sure where that was, that note, but I remember this much, so I guess I should start. Or banana peel. I never got a banana peel before, so I guess I should start with Monday and go back from there. I'm also somewhat annoyed, but not annoyed, just concerned about the fact that I haven't found number 10 of the tips, and I don't think there are tips in the underground area. You are just too far into the game for that. Let's see if we find anything here. It's a mounted flamethrower. But no, I have my own flamethrower. Haha. And indeed, this was the resin. I'm pretty sure I checked this, but let's check it. Yeah, 13. And they are not necessarily in order. That's what's so troubling. Oh yes, this is about... It's a note about how the company they wanted to hire started asking too many annoying questions, like, what are the routes and what are we doing? And, you know, they didn't like that. Oh, an apple core. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, they say. Well, I say you can find grenades in trash. Especially in this game. I know I'm returning to places I've already been, but it wouldn't be the first time that I found something that I kinda missed. But I just feel like it's something to do with this part. There is one place I did not return to, and that is Witchwood. Because of the high number of enemies. But I will go through this place again and check. Even though I think I kind of found everything now, all of the... I don't know what to really call them. These statue holders, pillars, are now lowered, so I can actually look around without much trouble. I went around. Okay, this is not such a big place after all. What's that? I think that's a trap. That's what it is. No, it isn't. Magnum ammo! Wow! But it's a good thing it didn't blow up in my face when I shot it. But now we can actually reload the Magnum. 6 bullets. Isn't that nice? It's a full gun. Huh, it was worth it coming back here apparently. Let's see. Pumpkins, rocks, boulders. I'm trying to explore this place layer by layer in a way, like one ring at a time, even though that is not necessarily how the maze is built up, but that is not stopping me, obviously. Okay, I think we are good here. Yeah, I feel like we have checked most of this part. So let's try to get a bit closer to the middle. Looks like a witch's cauldron. I think this is where we found the trident? I want nothing more to do with it. Okay, let's leave it, I guess. What else do we have here? Apparently nothing more. But hey, we found magnum ammo. That's rare. So it was worth it coming back here. Didn't help with the puzzle, but that's alright. Whatever will the main boss be, they will be blown away by my magnum. Now give me bullets. Thank you. Give me more. Fair enough. Now, what can we do here? Full of trash. Oh, a banana peel. That's my second one. Alright. Into the dungeon. We have numbers, we have cells. Do we have numbers in the cells? Maybe that I just ever so obliviously missed. That would be the right word, I think. It's a cell door, indeed it is. It doesn't open. You are indeed correct. So again, if this is a puzzle that requires, or rather, that is required for the game progression, I would assume that we have some clues around. Deadly mermaid, deceptive serpent, violent cyclops, and big bad wolf. That's what we know. These are the prisoners. Now they are, again, they have their little numbers. So maybe the number is important. Now let me check. So BCE means Bachelor of Chemical Engineering. That's not what I'm looking for, but good to know. Before the Christian era, or before the Common Era, as they are sometimes starting to call it. So if I understand it correctly, the bigger number when it comes to BCE is the earlier date. It's a bit confusing there, but don't worry too much about it. So let me see. So I said that the mermaid is the first, right? The wolf is the second, the cyclops is the third, and the serpent is the fourth. If you are going back in time, but that wouldn't be really logical. Mostly we think about the past being, well, the first, and the future being the next or last. So the serpent was 1800 BCE. That's the earliest date. Well, what is the serpent? The head, the arms, the leg, or the eyes? Well, I would say the cyclops is the eyes, even though it only has one. The mermaid, a good question. The mermaid would be the tail. So like the legs, because it doesn't have any legs. The wolf, wait, heads, as in plural? Oh wait, oh goodness. I just realized something. For some odd reason, I kind of like imagined it as like an Indian totem, right? And you have these creatures, and then there is a sort of like an order to them or something like that. And so this chimera that we are building, well, it has the legs of something and the arms of something else, and then the heads of something and the eyes of something. I think the idea here is that you actually have to add together. It's like the old little tricky question when you have to add together how many legs a certain amount of animals have. So we have the mermaid. The mermaid has, well, actually no legs. Arms, it has, I'm assuming, 2. Heads 1, and eyes, I'm assuming 2. And then it opens that, so we don't even have to add them together, because my next idea was that because we would have more than 4, if we add all of them together, maybe we have to think about the numbers as BCE would be the negative numbers, and, well, after would be the positive numbers. So the mermaid and the wolf, being in 1837 and 1810, would be the kind of positive numbers, and the cyclops and the serpent 700 and 1800 BC would be the negative numbers, and then you have to sum them up. Apparently I kind of overthought that part, but actually it brings up a really interesting thing for me. BCE is before Common Era, or before Current Era, or before Christian Era, being the kind of before or after 0. Now there's a question then, what is after? What is the opposite of BCE? Now I looked this up many times before and I always forget. So that would be CE, as in Common Era. So you have BCE, which is before the Common Era, and then you have BE, which is the Common Era. So they don't say after the Common Era. Interesting. Now the other way is before Christ. That would be BC. That's, I think that's the old how would you call it? The old acronym. Even though, wait, you can spell it as a word, so it's not an acronym. It's just an initialism. And you have AD. It's ever so confusing for me, as always. But apparently for BCE, CE would be the opposite. It's ever so interesting to look these things up every now and then. Now we are finally here. And what's that? That's a chain, a bone, a bottle containing an oh, there. Yeah, I can't carry it. And there, it's a glass bottle. The label says it's for storing acid. Yes. Obtained acid bottle. And now we can actually open the other ones. So, this was the mermaid. The wolf will have 4 legs. I guess no arms. 1 head and 2 eyes. You know, this is rather clever, how they chose different creatures, so they have different combinations of these numbers. Box of shotgun shells! Okay, so, next one. I'm ever so excited, to be perfectly honest. The next one would be the Cyclops. 2 legs, 2 arms, 1 head, and 1 eye. Thank you for the shotgun shells. And I think that's a med kit. Thank you. And the last one is the serpent. No legs, no arms, 1 head, 2 eyes. Box of handgun ammo. Anything particularly interesting? Don't think so. We figured it out, but we're not done yet. Because there's one more. Don't forget. Something with 2 legs, 2 arms, 1 head, and 2 eyes. A human. But that is not here, that is in the crypt. So let's see. Finally I figured out this thing. It took more than I would have wanted. But again, figuring it out yourself, as much as you have the realization that you're an idiot, it gives a sort of sense of victory or success. Rather nice to feel. It's a stone coffin. Examine. The lid looks heavy. Let's open it. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, come on. I'm the Dreadist. There's a body. You know, I would have been surprised if there wasn't one. It's a beautiful woman. She can't possibly be real. Look closer. But be careful, they might look back. It's an incredibly realistic wax figure. I should leave it alone. There's a drawer built into the coffin. There's the secret. Ophelia Pike, Atlanta Westview Hospital. Nurse ID number 0629681. There's an ID card in here. Now that is more concerning. If it's a wax figure, why does she have a full name, a nurse ID, and even a hospital that I would assume she worked at or is working at? First Aid Handbook, 1987. And a small book. Oh. There's some good information in here. I should be able to put it to good use. Improved Medkit Pro. Oh, that's interesting. That is rather interesting. No, I have to say I do not remember who Ophelia was here. Maybe it was mentioned, but I do not remember it. But I do find it rather nice that it was, again, part of a puzzle and really cleverly hidden. Not even hidden, really. Because it was part of a main storyline quest. But you can forget about it. So it's really interesting how it is placed at a different location. And so you have to constantly remember what kind of things you forgot or what things you still have to take a look at. For example, certain puzzles, certain items you couldn't get to, keypads, log doors. It is rather nice, I have to say. But yes, we found another secret and I'm really happy. But now, let's turn this back to 0 so everyone is left well alone. They deserve their peace. Now, let's see what we have got. No, this is not it. No, this is not it either. Acid bottle. A bottle made of thick green glass. It's used for storing acid, but it's currently empty. Well, of course it is empty. Well, yes, I know that it was mentioned earlier that it's almost empty, but I really hope it has like a few drops in it left, and so I don't have to worry about it. Stop moaning around. I'm slightly upset that I have to fill this freaking thing and I don't know where. Well, I guess we are going back to... Terribly good question, actually. Where are we going back? Maybe I should go to... the offices here. Ow! What? That was a surprise. I got turned into a pincushion. Just there. But I'm okay. I'm really happy I didn't die there. I wasn't expecting that. Really clever. Again, the developer is playing a trick on the player. Or players. Now, where did I read about the acid? I'm rather unsure. Now, I know I would need to use it here. I'm almost sure that thing will come alive later or sooner. Let's try to use it empty. There's not enough acid in the bottle. That's what I was afraid of. Now, if that's the case, we have to fill it up. Yeah. So, I guess there's only one thing we can do. And that is go back. Don't poke me. Good. Good, Iron Maiden. Thank you. Great. And now I can go and first of all save. That would be really important because I made a lot of progress. So let's go here and let's save. The fire is crackling softly. Staring into the flames, I feel something. It's a mixture of hope and dread. Maybe everything will be okay. And maybe it won't. The 10th save. Save complete. Now we just have to figure out where the lovely acid refill part is. And hopefully we will find something here. Ventilation, ferry pond, machine chain, not eat the mushrooms, cute little house, water filter, restaurant trident, crank handle, wheel system, eggs are going missing, computer system, bookcases, crank handle, the picture of alcohol. Yes, the power switch for the 4 periphery elevators is in Tolman's office. Yes, that's the other side of the park. Yes, that means you're in the wrong place. And indeed, we got there. Piano, shotgun, clock. Oh yes, the clock needs rewinding. What else? Correct tool. Regular winding, wooden crow, electric battery. Yes, I figured this finally out. The following doors are now locked electronically. Dungeon, mermaid, cyclops, wolf, serpent, crypt, Ophelia. They can only be opened via the dungeon's computer terminal. Office door electrified, storage room door, battery, golden key, we know that. Here it is. I noticed the acid bottle in the mermaid cage is pretty much empty. You could refill it from the acid tank, but I heard Crow moved it down to the underground level. And no, I don't know what he's using it for. I didn't ask. Okay, so that's our clue. And this is the sprinkler system that we will need. So let's go down and let's look for that acid tank. I actually don't remember any kind of tank underground, but there's a really good chance I missed it. So I'm assuming there are 4 areas here. I will not bother with the routes for now, or well, not bother, rather venture that far. It's a large pipe. Well, it could fit in. It could fit in there. What it? I'm sure Mara can as well. Well, crawl through. I'm sure that is safe. Well, I'm still alive, so hopefully. Yes, that's the diagram with the mermaid head. Nothing here. Where in the goodness is that acid tank? I don't remember any kind of tank being in, for example, the break room. Thank you for the ride. I don't think it's in the break room. No, I hate this. I hate this. Okay. Crawl through. I guess they could only make 2 of those cart rails. The rest stayed with the pipes. Okay. Well, that's a big problem. I see absolutely no acid refill tank. So it might be in one of the route parts. Or not parts, but areas. Or it's in the break room. Let's check. Maybe we will be lucky. Nah, 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 more nah. Well, it's not here. So I'm guessing that it is near one of the routes. And I don't want to go to those areas just yet, because we reached our 4-hour stream time. So I think what I will do, I will go back to where I came from. And that was, I think, here. And go up. Yes. Now, if I'm remembering it correctly, then there was an enemy here. Oh no, there wasn't. That was somewhere else. Well, that's alright. In that case, I think we are saving again. Even though we haven't done much, why not? Let's save. Save complete. And we can exit out of this wonderful game here. I have to say, I greatly enjoy this game. And I think we made good progress today. Obviously, I'm a bit slow, and yes, this puzzle just somehow completely went over my head for a long time, but I'm rather happy that in the meantime I figure out some of the secrets, and I got additional items and weapons and upgrades that I am rather happy about. And hey, we even got some upgraded medkits and what else? Well, we got our Magnum gilded, and what did we find? Oh, Magnum ammo, yes, plenty of that, and we even figured out the soda puzzle. So, let's look at our trophies. I don't know how many we have or had, but we'll see in a moment, hopefully. Hopefully. I had some trophy synchronizing troubles last time, so let's give a moment to the PlayStation. It's still a PlayStation 4, so it's getting a bit old, but it's still doing wonderfully. Let's drink some tea in the meantime. Lovely. It certainly shouldn't take this much time. Loading the banners. Rather odd how my new internet is kind of working but kind of isn't. Not much has changed, so rather odd. Well, give me a moment to check something, and that would be my internet connection on it. Oh, apparently I'm not even connected to... How is that possible? That I'm not connected to internet on PlayStation. What? I have to say, even though I'm not even connected to the internet half of the time, my streaming is going brilliantly well. Alright. Well, what is a stream without technical difficulties? A relaxing time for the streamer, but that would be too much to ask for, right? That would be too much to ask for. So, get back the video. And as you can see, it updated itself to the newest trophy there. But we will check all of them. Okay. So, we had checking in on a friend and the shotgun and secret map. Apparently that was one that people got much earlier. Find a secret map. It's a gold one. Well, it makes sense since this is in the lounge and you get access to that much earlier. However, to get to the restaurant, you have to go through quite a lot of the game, so I guess the puzzle wasn't as confusing as some of the others. Now we had the Magnum in the toy store. That was one puzzle. We had the running shoes from the parking lot. Flamethrower. Find the flamethrower. Now that we did today, I do believe. Yes. And this is another gold trophy. We got that from this train station. And again, well, you can go into this train station earlier, but for the puzzle, well, to solve the puzzle, you have to be able to access the computer. For that, you have to have the security disk, and for that, you have to go to the Ocean Kingdom area. So again, it's tricky to really gauge how difficult these trophies or puzzles are, because the rarity of the trophy reflects how far into the game you get access to certain things, but also how difficult the puzzles are. So it's kind of mixed together, and so it's not as obvious. But it's nice to see that people found this lovely flamethrower, and apparently it was rarer towards the players to do this puzzle, because in a way, again, this is a secret. This is an optional thing, but some players did find it, and it is fun. Now we have Medkit Pro. Upgrade the potency of the medkits. Again, this is rarer than the flamethrower one. That is 29.3%. This is 25%. You need kind of the same things for them, because you need the computers, security disks, or disk. And here again, it's a bit tricky, because with the trains, it's not a necessary puzzle. With this one, the main puzzle is related to the story. However, to do this part, that is kind of a hidden part. It's an optional thing. So even though you can, in a way, do these two things around the same time, because you get the computers and the security disk, it shows that, well, they are part of two different puzzles, and while one is entirely optional but somewhat hidden, the other one is part of a story mission, but it's hidden. So it's interesting how, even though you have the computers and you have access to the computers, you still might miss certain things or find something more easily than something else that might have been there and waiting for you to solve it for longer, and that shows that every player thinks differently. Like, oh, I missed the what was the... Oh yes, the map, the secret map code. I missed that, but I didn't miss it. I was curious what the entire soda machine was about, but I didn't really understand the puzzle there, and I'm happy that I figured it out. Again, I rather struggle with the puzzles a bit and waste a bit of time and go back to them later and leave them alone for a time, than try to brute force it, because then I take the joy of solving the puzzle out of the game. And I don't think the developers really intended it to be done that way. Especially in this game, because most puzzles are well thought out, they have plenty of hints, you get clues about them in written form and in the environment. So this is a really fun one as well. This secret, because it's in a part of the game that you get access to quite early on, but it's like the second area, because I think the first one is the fairy tale land and the second one is this haunted area, hilltop, and the third one would be the ocean. But here it's really interesting how you have to go back later on because of puzzles and because of the story, and if you still remember or you look around again, you can find things that you couldn't do much with earlier, but now are accessible. And that's really clever. That again makes backtracking much less tiresome, because you have things you can spend your time with. You get rewarded for looking around and not just running through an area, but actually paying attention to what is around you and solving puzzles and finding secrets that you couldn't for a number of reasons when you first had to go through that area or explore certain things. So really nice job by the developers. I really applaud them. And that's it. The Quiz Master is the rarest that we have, and we have plenty of hidden trophies, but we are at 50% overall. Now, again, this is a bit tricky, since, again, this was a gold trophy, this was a gold trophy, this was a gold trophy, so that gives a lot of progression when it comes to the trophies. But even if you're just missing a bronze trophy at the end, you're still missing it, so it can be a bit misleading. But in theory, we have a total of 7 trophies now, and I have to say I'm really rather happy that I unlocked these trophies. Now let me go on my trusty trophy tracking website and see how many trophies this game has in total, because I will be honest, I have forgotten. 16, and we have in theory 8, which means that I can't count. Well, 4 plus 1 plus 2 is 7. Wait. The secret map is not the last trophy I have gotten. And here it says 50%, so I guess it didn't fully upgrade. Update. I always confuse these two. Yes, here it is, Medkit Pro. So it's 8. I can still count. Lovely. So, that's it for today. We got some lovely trophies, more health, a little arson machine, and some secret help. all really nice. I am ever so happy with this game. I think it is absolutely lovely, and if anyone is thinking about picking it up or giving it a try, I can only recommend. It is lovely. If you have the patience for the puzzles, the difficulty, especially on this medium difficulty that I'm playing on, you can mess up quite a lot of your ammo, because you will get plenty of ammo in a sort of infinite way. And I really like that the game is not trying to punish the player by only giving them pistol bullets and only giving them 8 pieces a time from the car, so you have to go back and forth all the time. You can also use the vending machines, and you also get shotgun shells, and that's a really strong weapon. So really, with the pistol and the shotgun, you can kill mostly everything, and you will get some ammunition for those. Again, you won't be swimming in ammo if you don't really stack up. Or yes, I think that was the right word. But overall, it is a really fun experience, in my opinion. It's a really well-rounded gameplay experience, and I'm really looking forward to the next stream of this game, which will hopefully be next Friday. But for now, this has been it. The somewhat special, not so special Halloween stream of mine. Well, I find it rather fitting that Halloween is on Friday, and as you might know, on my channel, Friday means Friday. And hey, this game is quite a cozy little horror game that is right up my alley. But I think that is enough yipping from me for at least the time being. I will be back next week with more horror, obviously more of this game, and I'm planning on another little indie game. A maybe longer playthrough, I'm not sure. And then who knows what else. There are many games I want to try out. As always, you can help me out by supporting me on Throne, so I get to purchase games and play them on stream. But until my PlayStation Plus subscription runs out in early December, I will try to make the most of the games that are part of the subscription. So I hope you will enjoy those streams. And for the time being, I should find someone to raid. Whom should we raid? I think we are going to raid Venomous Squishy. You might remember them. They said hello earlier during the stream. But before I leave, let me wish you all a wonderful Halloween. I hope you enjoy today, the end of the spooky season. But if you like spooky games, don't forget, it is always Halloween on my channel. But for this evening, I wish you lots of fun. Maybe you're going to a party in some costume, or maybe you are spending it home playing some horror games. I hope whatever you are doing, you are having plenty of fun with it. And with that, I thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I don't really know what else to say. I just thank you all for keeping me company on this lovely day. It's been a long time since I celebrated Halloween with such lovely audience and company. So, have a great day, and as always, good night.